and this pipe is connected to a tank. So this is a tank. So one end of the pipe is connected to a tank, and the other end, at the other end we have provided with the valve. So here at end B you can see a valve has been provided, and at A has been connected to a water tank. So where H is the head of water within the tank from the center of the pipe. And here, so you can see L is the length of the pipe what we have considered. So what is this case here? So what happens, as we have discussed what is surge analysis and what is water hammer effect. So once the valve which is provided at the one end of the pipe, so if you close that valve, what happens? The momentum is going to destroy inside that pipe. See the water, whatever the water which is flowing through that pipe, so the momentum of that water is going to destroy, and due to that momentum a high pressure wave is going to occur. So here a high pressure wave is going to produce in that pipe. Okay, so due to that effect, that intensity of high pressure wave will be having a hammering effect on this pipe wall. So that is called water hammer effect, and the velocity of that pressure wave will be more than the sound wave. So we are going to find out what is that pressure, what is that intensity of pressure which is produced so when the valve has been closed. Okay, so to here, so the first equation what we are deriving is, so we have three cases in the water hammer effect. So one is when the valve has been closed gradually, the second one is so when the valve has been closed suddenly, and when the pipe is rigid, and the third case is sudden closure of the valve and the pipe is elastic. Okay, so the first case will just derive what is the equation for that pressure rise, so due to the gradual closure of the valve. So here, so when you open the valve, see for example initially the valve was open, so at that case, so whatever the water which is inside the tank will flow through this pipe with a velocity v. Okay, so but once you close the valve gradually, so that momentum is going to destroy, and due to that a high pressure wave will generate. So we are going to determine what is that pressure increase which has been occurred due to the closure of the valve. So here what we have done, so we have considered a water which is flows through this pipe AB as you see in the figure, and the valve, so whatever which is provided at the end B, so that valve here we are closing gradually, means slowly we are closing that valve. So what happens when you close the valve? See, when you close the valve gradually, for example you consider time t is the required time to close that valve. So time t in seconds is the time required to close that valve. So when you close that valve gradually in time t seconds, then what happens? The water is brought from initial velocity v to zero velocity. See here, so as I told, so when the valve has been opened, for example if you see here there is no valve. Okay, so here there is no valve, then whatever this water within this tank is there, so it will flow inside this pipe with a velocity v. Okay, so that was the initial velocity when the valve was open. Okay, so if you close this valve gradually, then what happens? So there is no flow. Flow will not occur inside this pipe. Okay, and the velocity will become zero. So we have brought this whatever this water which was flowing with a velocity v to a zero velocity. So when you close the valve gradually, the water which is flowing through the pipe AB, so with a velocity v is brought to a zero velocity, means there is no flow is going to occur inside that pipe AB. So due to that what happens? So due to that the retardation is going to occur. So what is that retardation of water? So when the valve has been closed gradually in time t seconds, the water is brought from initial velocity to zero velocity. So the retardation of water is equal to what? The retardation of water is equal to change in velocity divided by time. So the change in velocity is what? It is v to zero velocity. So it is v minus 0, that is initial velocity minus the final velocity divided by t. So it will be v divided by t. So now, what is that? Due to this retardation of water, so the force is going to generate, that is called the retardation force. So retardation force is equal to mass of water into retardation of water. See the mass of water, see whatever the water within this pipe, that mass of water we have to consider. So that mass of water is, so we'll use the basic definition, that is mass density rho is equal to what? Mass by volume. So from this, so mass is equal to what? Density into volume. So volume, so here what are the parameters we have considered? Here you can see, let A is the cross sectional area we have considered, cross sectional area of the pipe, and L is the length of the pipe, and V is the velocity of the flow of water through the pipe, and T is the time taken, so for the closing of the valve, and the P is the intensity of pressure which is generated, so inside this pipe. So we are going to obtain what is this equation for this P. So the volume is area into length. So volume of, so here mass is equal to what? Density into volume. So it is density into area into length. Okay, so volume is area into length. So mass will be equal to what? It is rho into A into L. So we'll just substitute here. It is rho A L into retardation, that is V by T. So it is V by T. So it will be equal to rho A V L divided by T. So we'll name this as equation number 1. Okay, so that is the one force which has been developed. So due to the change in velocity, so due to the closure of the valve, so the velocity is brought from initial velocity v to zero velocity, means so there is no flow occurs. So due to that, retardation force is going to generate. So the next is what happens after that. So once you close the valve gradually, so as I have told, so a high pressure wave is going to produce inside that pipe. So due to that high pressure wave, the pressure force is going to generate. So that will determine what is that pressure force. So the next force which is going to occur here, it is the pressure force. So which is equal to what? The definition of the pressure force is intensity of pressure into area. So it is the intensity of pressure we have considered it as P into area. So area of the pipe, that is A is the cross sectional area of the pipe what we have considered. So this is from the definition, pressure force is equal to intensity of pressure into area. Okay, so pressure, we know pressure is force by area, so force is equal to pressure into area. Okay, so why this, how this pressure force is going to generate? So due to this high pressure wave which is going to produce due to the closure of the valve. So once the valve has been closed gradually, a high pressure wave is going to produce inside that pipe. So due to that pressure wave, high pressure wave, the pressure force is going to develop. So that is pressure force is equal to intensity of pressure into area. So this will name it as equation number 2. retardation force and pressure force. So equating equation number 1 and 2. So we'll equate the pressure force to the retardation force. So that is equation 1 is equal to equation 2. So you will get rho A VL divided by T is equal to P into area. So area will get cancelled. So you will get the equation for pressure. From this you can see P is equal to what? Rho VL by T. So P is equal to rho VL by T. So this is the equation for intensity of pressure. So pressure rise due to the gradual closure of the valve. So the pressure head is, we know the pressure head H is equal to what? P divided by rho G. So if you substitute that rho VL by T here, so another denominator rho is there. So rho will get cancelled. So you will get, so this rho will get cancelled. You will get VL by TG. So pressure head H is equal to what? It is VL divided by TG. So this is the equation for pressure head. So the pressure rise due to the gradual closure of the valve is P is equal to rho VL by T, and pressure head is given by VL divided by T into G. So here see whatever this T is there, so that is the time required to close the valve in seconds. So based on this T value, so we can classify whether the valve has been closed gradually or suddenly. See, if this T is less than 2L by C, then the valve is said to be gradually closed. Okay. So if T is more than 2L divided by C, so then it is said to be a sudden closure of the valve. So based on this time, so we can classify the valve is closed gradually or suddenly. So if T is less than 2L by C, so where L is the length of the pipe, and here C is the velocity of this pressure wave, whatever the wave, pressure wave which has been produced due to the closure of the valve. So C is that velocity of that pressure wave. So if T is less than 2L by C, then the valve is said to be gradual closure. If the T is more than 2L by C, then the valve is said to be suddenly closed. So this is the equation for pressure rise due to the gradual closure of the valve. So where this equation, that is P is equal to rho VL by T, represent the relationship between this increase of pressure and the time required to close the valve. So this represents the relation between P and T. So where here you can see, so P is inversely proportional to T. So if T is more, if the time taken by the valve to close the valve is more, then the intensity of pressure will be less. It is inversely proportional. So if T increases, then pressure decreases. So this is the equation for pressure rise due to the gradual closure of the valve. So thank you. So we'll just continue